Hello, people of the world. My name is Logan. Her name is Amanda. We're husband and wife. Together we are the Douglases. This is her channel, but I'm on it. And it's going to be dope because I'm doing her makeup today. I was going to say I've never done makeup before, but technically we already recorded this video once and it cut out in like the 23 whatever mark. So that was just for us. I have taken Makeup 101 previous to this recording, and I have a general idea of what is what and where it goes on the face and what it's supposed to do. Because if you were to see that last video, then you would know that I just painted her face like a clown. It was very fun, but now I'm gonna like actually genuinely try to like do makeup. And while we do the makeup, this is the fun part, we're gonna be playing a game called We're Not Really Strangers, specifically the couples edition. I don't want to get that light in it. The couples edition. For those who don't know, it's a card game. There are 3 levels, and each card has a question on it, like this one. And they're all personal questions from level 1 to 3. They get like increasingly deep and more. You have to get more vulnerable, basically. And it's called We're Not Really Strangers because the whole point is that you see that everybody's all like the same and whatnot, and connect with people, and you're supposed to leave not strangers if you are strangers, and even if you aren't strangers, you leave a little bit closer. It's fun. We love playing it. We played it on our first date, and we've been playing it ever since.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I try to introduce this game to literally everybody that I know, just because
That's true.
It's such a wonderful game, and it's just a great way to connect with people, and just even connect with people that you don't know and you already know, kind of like he was saying. It's a splendid game.
Yeah, it's never not a good time.
No.
Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. That's what they all say. Wow, I'm a YouTuber now. I think you should ask the first question while I figure out what I'm going to do to your face.
Alrighty. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open do you feel I am with you? Explain.
I hate scale of 1 to 10, like quantifying things like that.
Yeah, because it's not that simple.
But for the sake of the question, I would say a 10. You really don't hold anything. I mean, obviously you're my wife, but and that's not a given.
No.
I've known some people who have a whole thing going on when their significant other is not around, unfortunately. And it's more common than you might think. But yeah, I would say a 10 because I don't know. Like, I just don't ever get the sense that you're like. I definitely don't ever get the sense that you're lying about anything, but I certainly also don't get the sense that you're like concealing anything, like leaving anything out, because concealer, I learned what that is today. That you're like leaving anything out or like holding anything back when you talk to me. I think you're very open about how you feel, what's going on, what you think, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, especially because I know I can be with you. It's very easy to be with you, and
Thanks.
I don't think I would have committed myself to you if I didn't feel that way. Which thing is, if you I don't know why people marry people that they don't feel that comfortable with.
Honestly, I think that a lot of people have no concept of what it's like to feel completely comfortable with anyone. And
It's just normal.
Yeah, it's just normal to like have your guard up and kind of like have your own little world that nobody is a part of. Like just to, like not be completely open with anybody. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there a lot of the time, and you got to keep your guard up, and sometimes that translates to you just making that your default state. Unfortunately, I've certainly been that person in the past. I've always tried to like fight against that, but if I'm being real, I have had periods of time where I just didn't let anybody all the way in.
I get that, and I guess I know that that's true, but I still think it's entirely unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. agree. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants it to be like that. You're supposed to shake.
I mean, it's a good idea too. You know,
Well, I'm doing it.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to. Okay. And if you need to like clean off any brushes or whatever, the spray is over there.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so do I like, how does this work?
You just pump it on the back of your hand. That's what I do.
Like little dots, and then I use the brush, and then I...
Yep.
And the foundation goes like all over your face, right?
Yeah. I mean, I mainly just like to do like a thin layer of that, I guess.
Okay, cool. You gotta start where everybody starts, with the foundation. If our first kiss was a song, what would it be called?
Oh, that's so lame.
So lame. I disagree. I think that's a great question. I'm very excited for your answer to that question. You have a knack for naming songs. By the way, I'm a rapper / producer, and I have made, I don't even know how many tracks in recent time that like I've played for you, and then like she'll just be like, it should be called this, and I'm like, yeah, duh, and then I don't even like bother to try and think of a better name, because there is no better name. Of course, when you name my songs, you have something to, like, words to go off of. There was no words involved in our first kiss. A very thin layer, my son.
Well, we were playing this exact game
Yeah,
first time you kissed me.
that's true. I was there.
Bruh.
You can use more.
You said a light layer, so I'm trying to really, you know.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
yeah, that's just like such a small amount. Yeah, I don't. Why did I think shook?
That's the name of one of my songs that she named. Like, I just was like, I don't know what to call this, and like the chorus is like, insert hook. Holy shit, you're shook, and like she's just like, it should just be called shook, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about a second ago. Why did you think that?
Because I was shook.
I was shook. The whole song is just about like being like frozen in fear, basically, like shook and how to get out of that. But like, yeah, that did happen. Like, she asked me a question, which we actually played this game last night, and then you ended up asking me the same question, which hadn't happened all the way since back there, which was like a year and a half ago. It was basically like, if you could be anywhere with anyone doing whatever you want, what would you do? And like, I sat there for a solid, I don't know, like 60 seconds. It felt like eternity. And because like my immediate thought, I was like, here with you making out. And but I was like shook. I was just like frozen, like like scared to make the move. So I was sitting there just kind of like acting like I was like thinking it out, as if like I didn't have immediately know the answer to the question, you know, because it's scary to make a move, especially, you know, when you don't know how the person's going to react. But I did it, and you were with it.
Yeah.
But I guess you're saying that you were also like,
Well, it was, well, no, it was just, that was a very bold move, I think. Anyway.
Okay, the foundation has been laid.
And I think I just didn't expect you to do that, I suppose.
I see.
And it was just it was intense, but in a good way.
It was dope. We've learned from last time. You should like put in clips like what I did last time. As like a flashback. You want to use a little bit of this
Yeah.
blush. Yeah, last time like I took this like a paintbrush and just like painted above her eyebrows. And the best part was she had no idea like what she looked like the whole time, and she was just having this like serious, vulnerable conversation that so like this game instills.
It's true.
Yeah.
Who do you think was more nervous on our first date? Explain.
Oh wow, that catapults off of the last question quite nicely. More nervous? I don't know about you, but I was pretty damn nervous, so I'm gonna say me.
Yeah, probably, because I don't know that I was that nervous. I was so excited.
I mean, I was excited, but I was also just like, kind of like when you're doing anything for like the first time, you just get like those, like kind of like those on stage nerves that like I'll get before I go on stage. It's like a similar feeling.
No, I was very excited.
Being very sparing. Very sparing.
I was quite excited to get a date with
Likewise.
you.
What do I love that most people dislike?
Motherfucker, you asked me this question the last time, and I was like, because I remember your answer, because I couldn't really think of an answer, and then you were just like, yeah, the Star Wars prequels. I'm like, yeah, but even then, like, that's not a great answer in my opinion.
Right.
Because I don't know that there's like a total consensus of how, like, I think people either like them or hate them, but I don't know that I would say it's one way or the other, I mean, and especially depending, I feel like it definitely depends on your age group, because those came out when we were kids, so I feel like people within our age group are like okay with them.
Yeah.
But also having seen them again as an adult, I kind of just have like a different perspective on them. I'm like, yeah, okay, they're very campy and fucking ridiculous.
Campy is an understatement, dude. They are so...
It's KOA
goofy.
certified, okay?
Camp... What is it again?
Campgrounds of America.
Campgrounds of America.
Yeah, so
Where's the O come from?
Campgrounds of America.
Oh, campground is one word.
Yeah.
Okay. I do words for a living.
But yeah, that's when I say, like, what I say when I think something is very campy. I'm like, yeah, KOA certified, motherfucker.
That's so pretty. Look at it shine.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. It's like a goldish, it's like a rose gold.
Yeah.
It's tight.
That's why I picked it.
I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. All right, your turn.
I technically didn't answer the question. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
That's why I was like, let's just move on.
How important do you think birthdays and holidays are to me? Explain. I did ask you this.
You
the
did.
last time.
That's right. That's okay. They don't know. I think how important, I don't know. I just think tip of the nose. Remembering my lessons. I think it's gonna be here. Here's where it goes. There's gonna be little lines in the makeup because you're gonna be smiling while I'm putting it on.
Whatever.
I don't remember if that was it. I'm putting that there too. And a little bit for the third eye.
Okay. Shine bright like my third eye.
I think they're important. I think they're decently important to you. I don't think they're overly important or under-important. You like to celebrate them. Certain holidays like Halloween, you are basically celebrating them year-round.
But it's also our wedding anniversary now, so
Yes.
It makes it doubly exciting.
Yes, and then I feel like that's what it is gonna be now. We're like on the actual day, we're gonna be celebrating our wedding anniversary, like more so than the holiday itself. At least in the interim before we have kids, because then that'll be nice too. Because like instead of like going out for our anniversary, then we can take the kids trick or treating. And then as I say that out loud, I'm like, I don't know about that. I do want to like have like a formal date. Also, I don't know. We're just gonna take the whole day off. I don't know how that's gonna go.
I mean, I don't either, but I guess we can always plan around it.
Yeah.
I think it's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm cool with it being.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. Time for the lip. We're gonna go with lipstick.
No.
These are wild cards. These are things where like you both do a thing, like you draw a thing or you say a thing or whatever, and we're just not gonna do that because we're doing this for the viewers at home. How important do you feel physical affection is to me? I'm gonna shuffle these real quick because I think the way you shuffled them just kind of like there's a block of questions we asked each other last time, and I want to have a fresh conversation.
Yeah, I was like, man, damn, even though I shuffled them a few times, I guess I didn't shuffle them enough.
Wow, and then I say that, and then I just don't shuffle. That's bad shuffling. You didn't see that. You really didn't see that. It was good. All right, cool. I like this question. What would a day of completely spoiling me look like?
Ooh, I feel like Disney could be involved, like going to Disney.
I just wake up on random days and I'm like, can we go to Disney today?
And
Fuck all this other shit.
And what the interesting thing about that is to me, I feel like that could apply to both of us.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish before I paint your lips.
Definitely good food and
Mhm.
drink.
What specific, like, types of food and drink?
You like ribs, especially from.
Baby back. Not Chili's. I just like baby back ribs.
You definitely like Docking Bay 7 ribs.
Yes. At Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios, which is at Disney World for all of the lame people who don't know that. It's the Star Wars land there. They have a restaurant called Docking Bay 7, and they have these ribs that are so delicious.
They are pretty good.
Every time we go to Hollywood Studios, I try to find literally any other place to eat, and I'm just like, screw it, we're going to Docking Bay 7. I can't top those ribs. And it comes with this blueberry corn muffin. So good.
I don't know who I would need to write a letter to, but I really want that shrimp rice noodle salad bowl back at Docking Bay 7. Like they had it when they first opened.
I remember what you're talking about.
And like
the last time I went there, you were just like, bro, where is this? Like, what is this?
No, and I don't know. I keep looking at the menu as if like hoping it'll just magically appear one day.
Yeah, just keep opening the fridge again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in the official cookbook for Galaxy's Edge. And I'm like, that's great, except I would love it if you would just bring it back on the menu.
Right. Can it be in the chef's cookbook at Docking Bay 7, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. It was good. It was good stuff.
Maybe I need to write a letter to Bob Iger. I don't know.
Okay, so do it. Freaking ribs, Disney, Docking Bay 7. I like it so far.
Maybe even leaving you alone to make music. That could be another thing. Maybe.
I mean, I like making music, but I prefer if you were there for it.
Oh, okay. I'll be there for it. I'll even yell, excuse me, or fuck off into the mic for you.
Hell yeah. Yeah, lately I've just been getting her to like just contribute little phrases here and there. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I love including you in my things, the way that you're including me in your thing right now.
Yeah, I like being included. I like including you. So, it's really dope. I don't know, I just feel like fun outings and good food and drink and just having a good time.
Yeah. Pretty much. Maybe watch a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Yeah.
If a massage could be involved of some sort,
Yeah.
that would be dope.
I did have the thought, and then I just forgot to say those things because I was in the middle of saying another thought.
Yeah, I feel that. Got that ADHD, baby.
Yeah, it's like that. I would love to do a couples massage with you, actually. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
Could we
great.
do that right now?
I mean, sure. I just meant by professionals while we just hold hands.
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm just I'm in the mood.
Oh.
Alright. Ask me a question so I can put some stuff on your lips.
What was the first thing that you noticed about me that wasn't physical?
Ooh. You like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because I called you not last Halloween. Last Halloween we got married.
Mm-hmm.
The Halloween before that, when we had not even started dating yet, because I knew you were super into makeup art and Halloween, and I was just calling you to ask you for advice on what products I should use. I was trying to do a skeleton costume. I bought these skeleton pajamas from Target, and I wanted to paint my face like a skeleton, and I had no clue about makeup. I just took my makeup 101 class today. And so I'm like, yeah, what would be the best thing? And so we talked about it, and you gave me recommendations and whatnot. But then we just there was a lull, and then we could have just been all right, peace, thanks for the help. But then we just kept talking, and I'm like, oh, this is somebody who likes to talk, who enjoys just having conversation for the sake of having conversation, which is one of my favorite pastimes when I'm hanging out with people. Is just a good conversation, just getting into the weeds and talking about stuff and theorizing and telling stories, yada yada yada. And I just remember that day being okay, I could mess with this chick because she likes to actually talk, for real, have actual interesting conversations, not just exchanging information and then going our separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm profesh. Mad profesh. Okay. Wait a minute. No, hold on. I missed the spot. Question for you, and then we'll move on. What was I wearing on our first date? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
No, she does not.
I never remember. And what's funny about that is you were wearing that white shirt that says in memory of my memory.
Ha! You remember that much?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think you were wearing that white beanie too.
Probably.
I think so.
I have a white Converse beanie that I wear with that. It's a white sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. I don't know that I specifically remember either.
Yeah.
Let me just clean up my lines right now. Now that song's in my head. Okay. Level 2.
Level 2.
Taking it to the next level. If you can comment if you get that reference, I feel like it's a very specific reference. And maybe you I don't know, maybe my delivery might throw you off, but it's from a movie from the 2000s that is batshit insane. I'll give you a hint. You had to wear 3D glasses.
If those movies are streaming somewhere, I feel like we should watch them.
Oh, yes. We gotta do like commentary.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
That sounds very fun.
100%.
Is it? It's your turn to ask me a question, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna know if we mess that up.
What fight of ours did you struggle with most? What felt particularly hard for you about it?
Oh, dude. That I struggle with the most. Again, with the least and most thing. Okay. I did lipstick. Yeah. Okay, what to do next? I don't know. Do I want to do your eyebrows? She said, I don't know, do you? I think your eyebrows are lovely. I think we're good on eyebrows.
Okay.
We'll go for some eyeshadow.
Okay.
Let's find a good. Oh no, I want to use that liquid one because that shit was bomb.
So, I guess what fight felt particularly difficult?
I don't know. More than anything, I just don't. Close your eyes. I don't really feel comfortable to talk about that stuff on camera.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm thinking of certain examples and I'm just like, yeah, but I don't want random people in our business like that.
Okay. Well, then, pick a different question.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I was going back and forth about it because I'm like, I don't want to just act like we don't ever have any sort of disputes or arguments or anything, but I'm like, yeah, no, that's not really what I'm doing. Like, it's just not really anybody's business. That's all. God, that's crazy. Y'all seeing this? Oh, yeah, you are. It's like mad reflective. All right, different question. Veto, here.
How do you define cheating?
Well, obviously, in a relationship is the question because this is the couples edition. But honestly, cheating in a relationship is the same as cheating at any other game, in my opinion. And there are set rules and boundaries. And if you try to achieve the goal, which is winning in any game, but in a relationship it's a little different. It's more, I guess winning in a relationship would be defined as staying together for the long haul, and God, this is so dope. I love this. Yeah, staying together for the long haul and actually having a good relationship where you feel like, you know, you can trust this person and confide in this person. They're honest with you, you're honest with them. They are who they say they are. I mean, I'm just kind of like, do you like go all the way up to the brow with it?
I mean, personally, with that shadow, no.
Alright, open your eyes. Like, look at me.
I don't want to mess it up because you just put it on.
Oh, snap. Okay, well. Then, okay. Just chill where you're at. That's so pretty. I love that.
Me too. I just want all of them.
Oh, it's like a whole line.
Mm-hmm.
Wazobia. Alright. Yeah, just anything that is out of bounds and against the rules of engagement, which is why it is very important that you and your partner define what is and is not considered out of bounds by each of you and come to a consensus on what that is.
Well, yeah, and I also think the question is also asking, like, what do you define as out of bounds?
Like, what do I personally define as out of bounds?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just more laying out, like, what my concept of that is.
Well, I mean, which is good.
But for me personally, in a monogamous relationship between two people, it's engaging. I'm trying to figure out how to word it. It's like engaging in, like, betraying the sanctity of a relationship, which can look like looking at another person, like checking them out, thinking about another person. And I know some people would be like, oh, like, there's no shame in, or no, not no shame, no harm. Well, they would maybe say no shame, but no harm in, like, you know, fantasizing about other people, or looking at other people. I'm just looking, you know. But I disagree, because your focus there should really just exclusively be on your partner. And if you feel extremely tempted to look at a person or think about a person, then there's a reason that you feel that way, and that's worth exploring and getting to the bottom of. It's not something that you should feel ashamed of. It's something that you should be curious about and really ask yourself, what's that about? And, you know, especially when it comes to dudes, you know, straight dudes with chicks, like, I hear a whole lot of, like, you know, I'm just a dude, a dude's a dude. It's not cheating if I look, you know, like, it's not, like, and I'm just like, if you, like, turn the tables, like, say your woman's doing the same thing, and I think 9 times out of 10, the response I would get to that is, oh, well, like, I wouldn't care, you know, because, like, I do it, it's fine. And I really think that's just a way, 9 times out of 10, to justify your own actions. So, yeah, and I mean, obviously, talking to another, you know, individual in that way, you know, trying to foster that type of romantic connection with another individual, or a physical connection, any of that. Yeah, I think that covers the majority of it.
Yeah. And I also think if you're also at the point of, like, trying to, like, hide any, like, interactions or conversations with another person, and you're, like, deleting conversations and I don't know, stuff like that between a person and another person, like, I think that's, you're already, like, down that slope.
Yeah, because, like, that's the thing, like, when you cheat, and this doesn't just apply to relationships, this applies to life in general, like, you feel the need to hide, to lie about it, to make it look a certain way, to leave out details, even if you are, like, what you are saying, you know, is true, lying by omission.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime that you're doing that, just in life in general, like, you're trying to circumvent dealing with whatever, and it never works out. Like, I'll just tell you from personal experience, in relationships, in life, career, whatever, like, it never works out. You are always going to come back around to the same thing. You're going to have to face it. You could take it to the grave. Your kids are going to have to worry about it. If you don't have kids, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you like, the chickens will come home to roost. You will reap what you sow. Point blank, period. You cannot cheat.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather always said, I'm not a big fan of my grandfather, my mother's father, for reasons I don't want to get into, but he did say something that I always loved, which is that cheaters never win and winners never cheat.
That's true.
What did you learn from, this is like a lovely segue from the last question. What did you learn from your parents' relationship that you'd like to apply / avoid in this one?
Oh God. A lot of things.
This is crazy.
There's probably a lot of things that I'd like to avoid with my parents.
Well, could you give me like one you want to apply and one you want to avoid? Is that like doable? Or just close your eyes. It's probably the best. Okay. Am I supposed to do the bottom ones too?
It's up to you.
All right. I was more asking this was like if I can.
I do feel like my parents, at least within
Sorry.
relationship, whether I thought they did a good job of it or not, they did try to like make dates regular and make a big deal out of like holidays and birthdays and shit like that.
Okay. Clean out those little dots.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And then as far as like avoiding, their codependency very much terrifies me.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, in all honesty. The way that like your dad will just like talk mad shit about your mom, but then like you'll be like catching up with him, and he's like, "Oh, I saw your mom. You want to talk to your mom?"
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I'm sure you understand, but like their relationship very much scared me from the idea of marriage. But I was like, I don't know if that should entirely freak me out from the idea of marriage. I think I should just make a very conscious decision that I'm going to not do that.
Well, yeah, because they're the type of people who just like stayed together, even though they were not, I don't know if I actually said that earlier, but like what I was gonna say is that like you wanna stay together, like that's important, like that's what success looks like in a relationship, but like that's just part of it, because like on the cheating question, because it's like just being in the same room is not the same thing as being together. Like really what I mean is like the connection between, and I think a lot of people like are just like, we're still together on paper, we've been together for 35 years, 45 years, and it's like not like that doesn't mean anything in and of itself. It's about like the quality of the time, not just the amount of it.
Which, I've heard my grandparents brag about the time they've been together. I've heard my parents brag about the time that they, I guess, previously were together while they were still legally married and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, I think there's something to say for quality over quantity. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though.
Right. Wild card.
The hardest thing for me to reveal about myself to you was... That's a weird way to format that question, to be asking another person.
As in, like, I'm supposed to fill in the blank? Well, yeah, because you're asking me the question. Mm-hmm. The hardest thing.
However you interpret that
for me
is
to reveal about
fine.
Myself. Shit. Am I doing it right? No?
no, it's just that you had the brush over my eye, and I was like, I was startled.
The hardest thing for me to reveal to you about myself. I had like a melody to I'm getting distracted.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to reveal about myself. This is a difficult question for me because I feel like I'm a pretty open person, and you especially, I feel very comfortable being open with.
Yeah, and you've told me some pretty ugly things.
I've even put like all kinds of like ugly stuff on record that I've done
Yeah.
in the past. Stuff that I'm not proud of at all, that I don't like to think about, that like it doesn't resonate with who I am now. But it's just like, I feel like it's very important that you are open about the ugly side of yourself and your life, because I think that a lot of people feel mad shame about things, and rather than that causing them to, like, it just causes them to want to like hide it even like from themselves, and so they never really figure out what it is, and they end up just causing more and more problems over time, which is something I found myself doing just in like, you know, negative ways of relating to other people and myself, and unhealthy habits and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I mean, probably, I don't know, something having to do with my like people pleasing tendencies. I used to be like a mad people pleaser. That's just kind of like been my instinct my whole life. I was like given that example, just kind of like trying to, just saying things I don't mean, like withholding things because I'm afraid that people are gonna be upset or not like it. Even like with my music, I would make it in certain ways so that like, you know, I'm like, this is what I think people will dig.
Yeah.
Which is not how to create art, by the way. You're gonna make shit art like that. Do what you feel and don't think about it. It may be terrifying, maybe whatever. You just gotta let it flow. That's the only way. It's the only fucking way.
It's true.
So yeah, I guess like that I struggle with that, because that's something that, like, you know, I don't like to admit that I
Yeah.
have struggled with,
Yeah. And it's,
because it's ugly. It's not pretty.
well, and yeah, and it's something we've had plenty of conversation about, and
Yeah.
it's not easy to talk about. So,
No.
I don't know. I've always appreciated that.
The honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Level 3. This is level 1. Just kidding. Alright, so like,
Pick number 3, my lord.
I think I'm just gonna do some setting powder and call it a day. I'm rather pleased with how this came out.
Okay.
It doesn't look like, it looks like something, like I actually did something.
Okay.
I'm proud of it.
Well, I'm not gonna like look at it until we're done with the game.
Heck yeah. How have I helped you to become a better person?
A better person.
Wait, what do I do about this here gate?
So, it's a sifter, so you just kind of shake it.
Oh, damn. Okay. See, I've only ever dealt with that with weed, like the other way around. Like, you don't want it to go through from the top, not having it come through from the bottom.
That's funny.
Yup. I feel like I should use a big brush for this.
How have you helped me become a better person?
Is this nice having somebody else do all this stuff?
Mm-hmm. It's always nice.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you have definitely highlighted where I could definitely use some of my own healing for sure. Which I believe that awareness and then choosing to take responsibility with what you are now aware of and then deciding to heal that inevitably makes you a better person.
Yeah, better for yourself, better for other people. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, just like particular things, especially regarding like trust and trusting myself and trusting the world around me, and then just kind of feeling safe in general. Because I really do feel like you're like the first person that like I've been with that I can feel safe, but also like genuinely have like a growth oriented mindset within the relationship, because it's like I can't think of a relationship that I've been in where like, yeah, I was technically safe, but like
In quotation marks.
yeah,
Well, apparently.
well, yes, but the thing is like I just think there was never going to be any actual growth. It was just going to be a closed loop and stagnation.
Right.
So, and then once I came to that realization, and then I'm just like, I don't know how much I really actually jive with this person. This is just like a relationship that's just safe and comfortable, but nothing happens here.
Right.
So then that's when I was just like, okay, I think I need to go.
Well, because you are safe in a sense, but you're really only safe to stay the same.
Right, which is why I said safe. I was
Right.
technically safe,
Right.
but like
Right.
only to a point.
Yeah.
What's one thing you'd never change about our relationship?
Oh. I hate these questions where it's like, what's one thing?
Yeah, because like how, bro?
Well, if I had to pick one thing to answer the question, I would say that I would not want our ability to be present to change with one another.
Yeah. That is very underrated and undervalued in general, I think, amongst people in relationships. They really don't understand like what the value of being present has, especially when it comes to really being intimate and connecting, and not even just like in a sexual way, but just like
No, just between people. That's valuable in any relationship between any two people, but especially in a lifelong romantic partnership. Because you are whoever you are right now. You're not the person I've known the year and a half. You're not the person you've been X amount of years. You're 27 years of your life. You're whoever you are right now. I'm whoever I am right now. It is our duty as people to be present and to not fall into these patterns of just responding to everything in a certain way, so that way we are always open to hearing and receiving what is in front of us.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be like, well, like, you're not like that, you're like this, and it's like, okay, but like, you right now you are, like, you're showing me that you are, and I want to like roll with the punches of life with you. So yeah.
Yeah, man. It's your turn.
Okay. You want to do one more question each?
Sure.
Okay. What do you think our defining characteristic is as a couple?
Oh,
We're the
damn.
shit. I'll just answer that for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Our defining characteristic as a couple. Oh my god.
I mean,
That's kind of like the last question. Like, it's like, how am I supposed to just put that
pick a thing.
so succinctly?
I mean, if you didn't know us and you just met us and had dinner with us one night, like, what would you think? What would you go back and say to your, your partner or whoever you go back home to? Like,
they're fun. I feel like we're fun. I think we're fun.
I think so. I'm always having fun with you. I was tempted to say that about, like, one thing I never wanted to change.
And I think if...
I just, like, never want to stop having fun with you.
and I think if someone is hanging out with us as a couple, and if I'm not totally being fun, it's because I don't like you. And you're just there.
Yeah, like, you're making it so that I'm not having fun, so I'm not just gonna, like, act like I'm having fun when I'm not. Yeah, that's part of being present with people. Like, people want things to go a certain way, so they act a certain way, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier about people pleasing. It's like you just need, like, there's none of that. Like, you have expectations, you're setting yourself up to fail, you act a certain way because you want a certain outcome, you're setting yourself up to fail. Like, the only answer, and it's what I'm saying about art too, like, is to be present. What are you feeling? What is the vibe that you're getting from yourself, from the other people, and just, like, read that. I think you're exceptionally good at that. Like, you were actually talking about that earlier today. You can get very little information in a very short amount of time from someone and just kind of, like, get a really good read on them.
That's true. I was talking about that with Trish, my life coach, earlier today. That's just kind of a thing that I have. And then she's kind of just like, it's kind of is present within your energy field that this is very good for you. Like, it's a good tool, it's a gift even, but then, like, it can get in your way in certain instances. I'm like, well, yeah, if something is kind of like the vibes are too off and I don't understand them, then I can kind of just be like, fuck that entirely. But
that's where the balance comes in, because we've made friends together that, like, very early on you're just like, nah, and I'm like, just give them a chance. And, like, I think it's important that we both keep those aspects, but it's good to balance it out to where, like, you're not just immediately like, nope, where you actually do give people a genuine chance, but I'm also not just like, once someone has, like, clearly proven what's going on, that, like, I'm, like, still like, oh, give them another chance, like,
but with
that's
people,
the key.
But with people, I'm still waiting to be wrong on that, because I have not yet. But whereas, like...
Yeah, that's true, and the examples that I'm speaking on, that's true.
Yeah, because, like, any of those people that I was just kind of, like, off rip, like, no, like, I've been correct.
Mm-hmm. Which is what makes it so difficult to be open, I think, to the possibility that you could be wrong, because, like, 9 times out of 10, like, you always said, like, you're usually right, and at first I was like, well, it's rather arrogant of her, but then over time I'm like, no, she's not, like, talking herself up or anything. She's like, she's just speaking, if, like, imagine it's some other person, she's just looking at the facts, like,
yeah, I
usually you are right.
I've become really good at reading people. However, reading an opportunity or, like, a situation that's not necessarily having to do with a person, that's where I have trouble. And that's kind of, like, to Trisha's point, she's just like, yeah, you need more experience. You just need to put yourself out there more.
Just do more stuff.
To trust yourself more.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, like, something...
Yeah, give yourself a chance.
Right. And...
Yeah, that makes sense, versus giving other people a chance, give yourself a chance.
Right. But whereas, like, people, I've become very fine-tuned at, like, assessing. And where, like, my logic and my intuition, they kind of come together very well. But then it's like, but then in those other areas, as far as, like, an opportunity or a whatever, I struggle.
Because you don't have the experience for that radar to be sharpened.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a similar issue with me, like, not giving myself a chance, just for a different reason, because I think it's always been like I'm giving other people like infinite chances instead of, it's like you extend that to other people. Why don't you extend that to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I'm too busy extending it to other people.
Yeah.
is what it is, which is why I've cut a lot of people out of my life, and I'm spending a lot more time focusing on giving myself a fair chance.
Interesting question. How have I changed since we first met? What hasn't changed about me at all?
Well, it's what you said earlier. You've become a little more, a little less guarded in general. And I think you feel a little more comfortable in your skin because I've provided you with that opportunity to like be around a person who allows you to do that and like encourages you to, like you have these little quirks, and like, you'll make a dumb joke or do an impression or like make a funny noise or something, just all kinds of little things like that, and then you'll just be like, I'm sorry, and I'm always just like, shut the fuck up, like stop apologizing for that. But I get it because I come from a similar background where it's like, you're being your weird self and people are just like, ew, shut up, always like, putting you down in subtle ways.
Yeah.
So I get it, but because I get it, it's all the more, important to me that I'm just like, that I reinforce you being more accepting of those little quirks, because they all are part of you, and I love all of that.
Hell yeah.
It's the best.
You're the best.
Thank you. And then how have you not changed at all? You're a very consistent person in a lot of ways. You're honest. You are straightforward. In addition to that, to the point of being blunt sometimes.
Yeah.
You are very creative. You look at everything as an opportunity to create. Like, we bought this desk from Goodwill just so you could have a desk to, use as a space for recording your video.
About to glam it the fuck up.
And yeah, we just went to Home Depot today to get paint and primer and all that, because you're gonna remodel the whole thing, restore it, refurbish. Is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all
one of those. You're gonna it. And yeah, what you said earlier about being like in touch with your intuition and very logical. I mean, I could go on, but yeah, you're a very consistent person in a lot of ways, and in those ways you remain consistent.
Hell yeah. That's dope. Okay.
All right, grand reveal.
Okay. Does this one have a mirror? Wow. Wow.
How did I do?
Honestly, not terrible.
Sweet. I'll take it.
The blush just like burnt, just like stops there. Honestly, it's not bad.
All right, cool. I like it. I like that you were like, it's like you didn't say it was anything, but you were like, it's not this, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take that.
I mean, yeah, like I don't.
It's my first time ever doing makeup. Like the fact that it's anything other than terrible or bad, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. It could have been a lot worse, in my opinion.
Yep. Indeed. I'm glad you think it's not terrible.
Yeah, I know. Well, this has been dope.
Yup.
And thank you for joining me. Thank you for doing anything with me. I love doing shit with you.
Likewise. You're welcome.
Hell yeah.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been grand.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next video.
Peace.
Bye.